Hey YouTube, welcome to Trevor's Vinyl World, and happy Record Store Day to all the independent record stores out there. Yeah, it's once a year. I would tell anybody out there to support your local record stores. If you don't normally buy records, I don't know that I would suggest having your first day out be record store day. Some of the record stores will have long lines, and it's meant pretty much for like the people that want like the special releases, or like there are certain records that are only available on record store day, like special versions of a record. um, but I would encourage anybody to start supporting a local record store. I really enjoy um, looking, and I used to gamble too much. I used to drink a little too much, and collecting records has definitely reminded me to appreciate the little things, and to slow down, and to not have as many bad habits, and instead, like obviously if you spend too much money, you could say that, it's kind of, collecting records is kind of weird or dumb to some people, but it keeps me out of trouble. And at the end of the day, I have something tangible for my money. um, yes, I can go on YouTube and listen to a full album, and I don't have to spend any money, but there is something about owning um, the music, especially if it's a group or artist that you really like. Plus, one day I would like to own a record store. So basically, whatever records or videos I have, I think eventually one day I am going to just resell them. But for now, I do really enjoy collecting records and looking at them and talking about them with people. And yeah, no, it's definitely a big part of my life. And yeah, I just think that it's nice that there still is the record store day. It's nice that there's still actual brick and mortar record stores. I think, everything is changing. I think like kind of like banks. I used to work for a bank, and they want to get rid of, most of these brick and mortar banks. They don't want you standing in line inside of a building. They want you online. They want you doing everything over the internet, over the phone. Um, and I hope that record stores and movie theaters and things like that don't ever totally go away, because I just think that there is something special about that. And yeah, like I do try to brainstorm about what my record store one day would be like. I know some of them will have like other things for sale, like everything from movies to guitars. I do think that it is a good idea to have more than just records. I think that, if somebody comes in and they don't collect records, but they're there with someone who does, it is nice to have other items, like whether it's t-shirts or CDs, movies, guitars. I've even thought of like possibly, having like one or two screen movie theater, and having like movie nights or something like that. Um, and I think that most people that own record stores, I mean, yeah, you want to make a profit, but you're not in it to get rich. I mean, it's more of, you want somewhere for people to be able to come and talk with each other and argue, but in a friendly way. When my dad had a video store, I wish I could go back and, like, relive some of the conversations and debates that people would have with one another. And we would have people that would come in and talk for a half hour, and from everything from, politics, music, yeah, what have you. The video store was like a place where people congregated and talked to my dad, and um, it was just really cool. It was a big part of my life, and we were part of the um, oh, what do you call it? Like the town. And no, I just yeah, just a lot of positive memories when it comes to that. And let's see what else. Not much else though. I'm probably gonna do. Been watching some movies lately, and had a couple movies on my mind, so I'm gonna post another video here in a minute about a movie that's been on my mind lately. And but nothing else as far as you know record news right now, I guess. I'm probably not, I go looking for records at least once a week. So I might not be standing in line on record store day, but I would encourage anybody that wants to definitely, do it. But I'm the type of person that I spend enough money at record stores throughout the year that if I miss record store day, it's not the end of the world for me. There isn't really anything. I know I looked at one list that talked about releases on record store day that some participating record stores will have. There wasn't anything that I have to have. I kind of have my own system, and I do just kind of enjoy going to the record store when it's a quiet day, and looking through the new arrivals, looking through the hip hop, looking through the rock. And I also like to bid online, especially on eBay, for vinyl records. But I definitely support the local record stores, and I would encourage anyone, like I said, to please do that, because, if we don't do that, then all these stores will go away. And, I don't like seeing, you go to Target or Walmart, and yes, they have records, but it's not a record store, and it's just not the same. And I think you shouldn't download everything. Like, let's keep these record stores alive. It's so cool to be able to just, on your day off, walk into a record store, strike up a conversation with somebody, look through some records for a half hour, buy a couple, and you're supporting a local business. You go home that night, you got some records to relax with. I really love it, and I'm really glad that I got into collecting records, and I don't see in the foreseeable future anything changing to where I won't be collecting records. I sometimes have months where, like maybe I don't spend as much or whatever, but then I have the months where I just buy too much. But I love it. And yeah, happy record store day to all the independent shops, and let's keep it going. And everyone out there, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and have a good one. Talk to you later.